watching HALENVILLE Live with Fruitcake Tony. Woo!
Am I driving okay?
Yep.
We're airborne.
All right. HALENVILLE, we're back.
Who cleaned up the green room?
The maid.
I had to tidy up, man.
You got rid of the blow up dolls?
Yeah, that came right
No,
out.
it's in the closet, bro, but you know.
All right, David Lee Roth.
Skyscraper 88.
Nice. Right on. All right. We are live on a Tuesday, HALENVILLE. We are.
It's like deja vu all over again.
Yeah.
Fruitcake Tony, Brendan B. Squared, Ed DeBrill down there, Charles Greene back in the saddle again.
Look at these guys. They look wonderful, man. I love what they did with the place. This is great. Right on, man.
You got a lot more
Right
stuff in the back there, Charles. You decorating nicely over there.
Hey, hey, it's a work in progress.
That
Just
looks
like me.
good.
What are you gonna do?
Good to
Right
see
on,
you,
bro.
Charles.
It's good to see you guys, man. I don't see enough of you, but we communicate. The four of us communicate, and you know, Tony, I got to take a moment to tell you. Don't let me forget. We've been getting a lot of invites to head up north to Flint, Michigan lately, and specifically you and me, because those two other gentlemen to my immediate, I guess what would be my left, they're already up there. But Dave Z and Christopher Silva are just screaming it from the rooftops. They really want us to make a trip. However, there's a Pantera show coming up here in Raleigh. The date eludes me right now, but it's in a couple of months from now. They're talking about coming down and us all hitting Raleigh to see Pantera. Now they mentioned,
well, Charles,
they mentioned,
call you, buddy.
Okay, so we're on this. All right, so they also mentioned Sandra. They mentioned Brendan and Ed for us all to meet for a show there. So I know that's kind of a stretch, but that's the kind of wishful thinking that comes out of this community. So anyway, I had to tell you guys that because it involves all of us. You know.
Yeah. Thanks for the invite.
Holy crap. Thank you, Dave Z and Christopher Silva.
All you guys in Raleigh, you guys are going to be here. It's too close.
Right
too
on.
Close. Nice. All right, so we're celebrating the release of the David Lee Roth box set, the Warner recordings from the first to the last. There's 5 of them there. Goodness.
Damn.
Crazy from the heat all the way to your filthy little mouth. Remastered. None of us have gotten ours yet. Have you gotten yours, Charles?
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
So, yeah, we knew we wanted to do a show when this was coming out, and lo and behold, Dave announces that he's coming out of retirement and he's going to headline the Saturday show of the 2025 M3 Festival at Meriwether Post in Maryland in May. You know, I mean, so go or not go, we're going, but it'll be on YouTube. It'll be very interesting to see Dave coming out of retirement. I hope he's doing well. I hope he looks good. No fault if he does not. It'll be great to see him anyway, Charles.
That is exactly my mindset.
Yeah.
Period. Good, bad, indifferent. I know he's not gonna. He hasn't. He hasn't for years now. His whole everything has changed. His whole dynamic, the way he presents himself. I personally, I don't know what he's been doing for the last couple of years. These little bites that we keep getting every couple of months that are a little strange and odd and everything. Well, that's just Dave. I don't know what to say, but I do know that I want to know one thing, and I haven't got the answer. I don't know if anybody has it. Does anybody know who his band is? What guys are in it that are going to be at this festival? I'm dying to know all of that.
I might know somebody who knows.
We might know a guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
We know guys.
when we were planning this show, we knew we were going to get Charles back in here for this, and we were going to invite Mr. Darren Paltrowitz of the Paltrocast. Gotta invite him.
Absolutely.
Gotta invite Darren. And Binny Orell, the lead singer of the Mighty Mean Street.
You betcha.
Yes.
Love Binny. Love Binny.
And they are North Carolina's premier Van Halen tribute band,
Yes,
if you don't know.
Yes,
And they
Yes,
are
they
hot
are.
shit. Yes, they are.
They are.
Yep.
But both of those guys are joining us here tonight live. So
Yeah, man.
this is going to make for quite a interesting conversation. If you are just joining live, welcome. We are also live on the Paltrocast. Thanks for having us over there. If you're never heard of HALENVILLE, we celebrate Van Halen and Mammoth WVH here. Not every Tuesday. We used to every Tuesday. But on Tuesday when it calls. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being a Van Halen fan. And I guess without it waiting anymore, without further ado, let's bring in both of our special guests, Binny Orell and Darren
Right on.
Paltrowitz. There they are.
Right on,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Way cool.
How you doing?
Excellent.
Welcome,
Way cool.
All right. Hey, Darren. How are you, sir?
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be with you folks. You kind
Good to
folks.
see
And
you.
Binny, pleasure to meet you.
Darren, pleasure to meet you. And just so you know, I do have my book.
Thank you. That's very flattering. Sometimes you forget like that people have this thing. So
Yeah.
thank you for your support.
Everybody
Absolutely.
has this book, of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
David
Yeah.
Lee Roth.
Fantastic.
If Van Halen did to you what it did to me when I was in 9th and 10th grade, you want to know what was really going on, you know? What a time. What a time in our lives.
What's going on, Benny? Good to
I
see you,
just-
dude.
Do what?
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Thanks for joining tonight, man.
Absolutely. Good to be
Yeah.
here. Good to
Yeah,
be here
man.
with this group of people.
Benny, don't you have to say, look at all the people here tonight? Isn't
Yeah.
that the correct?
Look at all the
Look at
people
all the
here
people here tonight. That's
That's
one of the
Yeah.
best sayings he ever had. He, what a guy full of charisma. I mean, to me, he was the number one front man that's ever lived and ever performed. I've seen him many times live, and it's just the energy he could just stand there, throw his arms up in the air, and have complete control of the room.
There you go. Right on.
That's true. The name says Van Halen, but you always think of Dave. I mean, I do. And I'm not afraid to say I'm more of a Dave fan than a Sammy fan, but you know, I like it all.
Oh, well, I am too. I mean, there's Van Hagar and then there's Van Halen. You know.
Yeah, but yeah, you're not going to find another frontman with that kind of enthusiasm and freaking. It's the energy that he probably still has now.
Yeah, the chemistry that they had, it was a unit that the stars were in alignment. That for that to happen, because David Lee Roth wanted to be a vaudeville type. He was a completely different type of musician and singer. And Eddie and they were into Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, this kind of thing. And then when they came together, I mean, what it created was just something that will be played on Mars.
Oh yeah,
there you go. Right on, bro.
Everybody knows who it is. Every generation knows who it is. You know, even my 22-year-old son who doesn't really listen to much rock, but if you say Van Halen, he goes, "Oh yeah, Dave." That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, as I'll for the defense of the brothers, for Dave, he could have met a kid whose mom bought him a cheap guitar and a cheap amp, but instead he met accomplished musicians whose dad was an accomplished musician, and that was to his favor.
True.
He could have met anybody, So
yes.
But I think Binny got it right though. The planets aligned, the stars aligned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
History was made, and it's there forever.
You got to think about them traveling, from Europe over here as children and going through what they went through, and then having bands simultaneously in the Pasadena area. And really, Eddie didn't want him in the band, and Alex wanted him in the band, and because he wasn't known to be a fantastic singer, but just an incredible front man. And, his screams, his delivery, the way that he sings to me is different than most people. It's his delivery and the way that he tells the story. And then to add those, the screams, his delivery, it was just such a, meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. A little surprised that this collection of music is getting remastered. My ears can usually hear older recordings, production isn't, great, but I never thought that this music needed any help. I thought that those records sounded, awesome.
Yeah.
I have not heard these yet. Darren, on the other hand, has. You have your hands on. There it is.
Oh man!
Yeah,
look at this.
Well,
sure is purdy.
I do, but I can give you the pros and cons on this whole thing, because if you look at some of the Van Halen fan groups that talk about this kind of thing, people do have issues with the mastering. I personally have issues with the lack of extras and bonuses. But if you're looking for something that fits on your shelf and looks awesome, I mean, hey, they made it look pretty. They made it look pretty. There's your zebra print, if that's what you call it. It's very Dave looking.
Yeah. Right.
It's marketed to Dave fans,
What's it sound like compared to the originals?
It doesn't have a uniform sound amongst all the titles. So it almost sounds as if they were working with different technology for each record. It's not a very uniform thing. It's not branded. Since there's no extras in there, there's no booklet, or sticker or anything about how they mastered it, what they did, about it being a special kind of vinyl. You don't know whether their hands were tied and they were shackled on this whole thing. And I could talk a little bit more about that, or if it was a shoddy rush job. Because
the same engineer, or was this? Or
okay,
they
so
don't even tell you that.
There's nothing on there on the front, the spine, or the back about what they did.
Okay.
So
really?
this is Rhino Records. Dave's worked with Rhino in the past, Darren, right?
Yes, I mean Rhino. So that's a sticking point for me. That Rhino did that excellent best of greatest hits comp for Dave in the late '90s, which had the great song called "Don't Piss Me Off," which wasn't on anything else. I believe that was an outtake for Your Filthy Little Mouth, and that's not in this box set. Sonrisa Salvaje, which is one of my obsessions, the Spanish language "Eat 'Em and Smile," not in this box set. The B-sides from these albums, not in the box set. So that's where my mind goes to Rush Job with this whole thing.
I'm wondering if they rushed it to get it ready for that M3 Rock Festival because it's coming up in a couple of months. So they just said, we got to get this shit out here. I don't care what's in it, but you kind of get something because they're getting it out there, but then you lose something, just like you said, Darren, because, you know, we all want those extras. We want that booklet. We want those stickers. We want the story. So maybe
rudely, Mr. Butt Cheeks, because your sign says to call you Butt Cheeks. I call you Brendan personally.
You can call me whatever you want.
I mean, Dave has extras. All of his tours, including Your Filthy Little Mouth, he did tour programs. He's like the last of the artists who are doing these tour programs. And I bought a few of them off eBay to research my book. And so you got that. You have these B-sides, such as the stand-up dance remix. And none of that is here. There's no essay. There's no extended liner notes. There's nothing. It's just a cool thing for your shelf at best.
It's definitely cool. But now that I think about it, and the more you talk about it, it just sounds like, man, what the heck, you know? But hey,
a question there, Darren. You were talking about how the levels of the songs varied. I mean, and this is a question I'm asking. Wouldn't that normally occur based on the fact that it's spanning over years and different productions, and audio has definitely changed the way things are recorded and the way we listen to it as well. So I'm just wondering, is it that I got to hear it. I'll hear it here in a couple of days. It'll be like 4 days, I guess, 5 days till I have my copy. Yeah. So I will saturate myself into it, but until then, bro, I'll be over in about an hour and a half. Okay, bro.
Well, to add a little bit to that, if you remember 15 years or so ago, there was that fire that wiped out a lot of the masters of Universal, and the artists didn't know about that for years. Yeah. Wow. And nowadays, when you sign a major label record deal, there's usually contractually, here's all the deliverables you have to give us, and it has to be this quality, and you have to give us, the basic tracks and the instrumental version, all that kind of stuff. And that didn't exist for Dave and all that. And so if you look at Crazy from the Heat being a 1985 release, and 9 years later, Your Filthy Little Mouth, the technology is very, very different. And then in the middle of that, A Little Ain't Enough is a Bob Rock album. And Bob Rock was one of the first producers who was using digital stuff on the major labels. So who knows what was burned from a CDR versus what actually came from master tapes.
Interesting.
You would think that they would have thrown in, one of these or something. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's unreleased stuff, some behind the scenes something.
Yeah, I mean, like Colonel Parker did with Elvis. Throw in some goodies and sell some merchandise, and a remastered CD is cool. How much better does it sound?
Well,
we don't know until we go side by side with them.
I'm a CD guy, but if you're into vinyl, hold that up one more time, Darren. How sexy is that?
I was going to order that.
That's definitely good.
Spines, And then, almost dropped it all.
Ooh.
And then there is your back to it. And putting it a little closer, it's just the album title, the album cover, and the track listing. It doesn't say in big, stuff, hey, produced by Bob Rock.
Right.
Wow.
Wouldn't you want to brag that Bob Rock did one of your albums at his peak?
Not even a booklet.
Yeah, that's a little crazy, isn't it? But did they change any of the? Can we see some of the album covers and just see if they changed any graphics or if it's all no changes?
None.
They just grabbed them out of the warehouse, Charles, and put it together and said, "Ship it."
Yeah, I'm curious as to why there would be no changes on the actual graphics. I guess it might be a cost thing. Maybe something was available. I get it. Yet. Was the music altered? That I'm dying to hear all this stuff. I know it's available. I know. Christopher was saying he heard some today. I just haven't dove in for
some
it
of
yet.
they're issuing some of the music videos too on like classic MTV, the remaster versions.
Yes.
So I've watched some of those, and I mean, they always sound awesome. I can't tell. I'm not that much of an audiophile to tell, but I love watching them again. It does look crystal clear. So I will say that.
I'm going to be curious as to each and how it's. I'm going to know immediately just by hearing them, but I'm so curious to hear them.
Yeah, I'm glad it all happened, but to add a little bit more, having worked on the management end and with labels and stuff like that, sometimes an artist will have a really good attorney or really good representative that basically goes to the major label and goes, you're going to give this title back or you're going to do a deluxe remaster. Hence, Def Leppard getting a Slang reissue. I don't think anyone wanted a Slang reissue. Sorry, Def Leppard, love you. No one wanted a Slang reissue.
Did nothing for me.
Yeah.
That was
horrible.
This could have simply been a case of Dave's attorney or Van Halen's attorney going, you're either going to remaster the whole catalog to keep it alive, or we get it all back. Those bargaining kind of chips. And sometimes it's like books. Books can sometimes be remaindered when they're going to delete it. And I remember, last thing, and then I'll stop, and I haven't said this publicly, about 10 to 15 years ago, there was some UK-based class action lawsuit where the music industry decided that a certain percentage of titles needed to be indie owned. So Warner Music Group, I think the other majors too, were selling off titles to bidders. So I bid and was unsuccessful in trying to get Sonrisa Salvaje. Unfortunately, I literally tried to buy it. But that could have meant that it was in the deletion pile, that all these years ago it was out of print and they were ready to unload it.
That's the side of music I don't really know, but that's interesting stuff because, there are those little idiosyncrasies that we don't really know as just, super fans or whatever. We're like,
consumers.
Give us the music, give us cool stuff, but you don't think about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes because there is a lot. So
liner notes, anything. Come on. I mean, even like, I buy all the reissue stuff, and I like to do LPs like you have, Darren. I was gonna buy the David Lee Roth LP collection from Rhino, but they take a little longer to ship usually. Yeah. And I knew we were doing the show, so I went to the Van Halen store and I ordered it from them because I know Jeff over there is usually pretty good at delivering stuff really quick.
They probably got inundated.
And now I have to wait till Thursday.
Yeah, they got freaking slammed, I bet.
I don't want to complain. But that should definitely have a current, high-quality poster of Dave.
Poster, there you go.
Maybe with his dog. Maybe in some art, you know how artsy Dave is. It would just be, and that should be in there, and that. I'd buy it for that alone. I got a spot on my wall for a brand new Dave poster of David Lee Roth.
I see
today,
a really long
how he looks today,
email from Charles coming. I see a really
well, me and Tony got Van Halen love and hate going. Okay, I know you guys do, but me and Tony got some personal stuff to deal with Sammy Hagar, and we won't go there right now.
We love it all.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
It's all Van Halen, guys.
All roads, right, Charles? All roads.
Nothing but
Thank you. All roads.
That's
Absolutely.
right. So, guys, let's pause a second. Thanks for being here, Darren and Benny. Let's pause a second, and I'm going to open up my
Crack the chat open.
chat open.
Oh, it's
and
going
few
crazy.
people. There's a lot of
see
people in
who
here.
Is
Talking.
here hanging out.
A lot of all of our good friends. Good to
Let's
see
see
everybody.
who's hanging tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody.
All right. There is Christopher Live Sobel. What's up, dude? Good to see you.
Sova, what's up?
Keith Campbell in the house. What's up,
Hey,
Keith?
Keith.
Charles 75 in. What's up, Charles? Good to see you, man.
Hey now.
Right on,
Right
Charles.
on. Good to see you, Charles. Oh,
Yeah.
812. Ryan, good to see you, man.
Ryan. All right.
Ryan's
Right on,
live
right
over
on.
on his channel.
Right
They're
on.
live normally. He went
I
live.
think they came over here now. They're
They're
raiding.
coming over here. Yeah. Good to see you, Ryan. All right. Andy Carson in the house. What's up, dude?
Panty
Right
raid.
on, Andy.
Hanny Ray. Blue Mox. What's up? Good to see you, man.
Right on, Blue.
Right on. Symmetry in the chat. What's
What's up,
up,
Trev?
dude? Good to see you, man.
Right on, Trevor.
Steve Rezor. What's up, Steve?
Oh, big winner in trivia.
He was
Hey,
our
Steve.
winner last week there.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me speaking of trivia, I failed. Good to see you, Steve. I failed to mention that we are at some point, where the heck might it be? We're gonna do some nearly impossible Van Halen trivia later. Yeah, for
I
a
didn't
David
get it.
Lee Roth pass. Hold that pass up, Ed.
I didn't get it.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
the same one as this?
No, it's a white.
Nice.
No, you're sending them that one, Ed. Oh,
No, I'm giving him.
I won this in trivia a couple of years ago, so I'm keeping it. I'm not
Well,
sending it
that's-
to anybody.
that's another reason Ed's on the show, because he kept winning stuff. So we're like, we can't
Yeah,
keep giving
so-
this away. Just we're gonna
so
make him a
that, like,
host.
we don't want him to pass Christopher. No.
Cushman NYC. Good to see you, bro.
What's up?
Right
What's up,
on.
Kush?
Hope your week's going good so
Right on,
far.
brother.
Al's G. Good to see
Al,
Al
what's up,
G.
buddy?
Right on.
Right on, Al.
Mr. Quentin James in the house. What's up, bro?
Oh boy.
What up, Q?
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
He's got eight fingers on his left hand.
That's all. Wow. That's a stretch.
He does.
He can't even go from the first to the 12th fret with one hand.
All kinds of notes on that one.
Yeah.
It's got Billy Gibbons type chords.
He's got a couple other deformities too. We won't talk about those. Yeah. Good to see you, Quentin. All right, I'm scrolling. Wayne McConnell, good to see you, dude.
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, what's up,
Right on,
Wayne?
Wayne. Right on.
Thanks for being here. There's Nick. Good to see you, Nick.
Hey, Nick. What's up, youngster?
Right on.
Hey-o.
Good
Right
to
on,
see
brother.
you again, bro. Smallmouth guy. What's up, bro?
What's up?
Right on, brother.
All righty. I don't know how good the smallmouth are biting, but the largemouth are be biting. Soon. Zach Thong. Good to see you, Zach.
Hey,
Right
Zach.
on, Sam.
Hey, Zach.
Zach knows what I'm talking about. Kurt, 5150. What's up, Kurt?
Kurt.
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
Under the
Right
Bus
on, brother.
Crew Wednesday gang right there. Shouldn't use that word, should I? KXM Rock. Good to see you, Kurt. KXM Rock in the house.
What's up?
Right on, brother.
What's up, dude? Nice. Let me see here. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out here on Tuesday with us, talking David Lee Roth.
John.
John DeShane, what's up, man?
Right on, John.
Unchained.
All right. Got all the cool kids in here tonight. All Dave, all night.
Right on, Dave.
Dave TV.
Yeah, right on. Dave! William.
That little person, that video has amazing credits. Wasn't he in like The Wizard of Oz?
No way.
He might have been. Could have been.
Yeah.
I'll have to look him up.
William, good to see
Wow.
you, my friend. William won trivia, I think, the week before last. always great to see William's a glass maker. William makes
Right on.
these
Oh my
glass.
God.
You know those glass bowls, whether you're familiar or say you're not familiar, those
Not for
at
salad.
the convenience stores that it says for tobacco, and they give you a little pouch of
Yeah, tobacco
real
in one way.
tobacco with it. Make sure you smoke that in it. He makes these glass things.
Wonderful.
With Van Halen stripes.
With
Yes.
Van Halen stripes, if you want one
And
like that.
Don't you
They're
have one? Tony?
beautiful.
Don't you have one somewhere?
Yeah, of course he does.
You're not answering.
I do have one, and it is Van Halen, but it's brand new. It's in my safe. It's a collector's item.
Oh.
Guitar Man 45. What's up, dude?
Hey, guitar man.
What's up,
Right
Bo?
on, Bo.
Oh,
Right on. Let me see here. The great, the mighty, the great Jay Turner is amongst us.
Oh
Binny.
shit!
Oh,
Right
Jay.
on.
Jay,
Right on, Jay.
that's that shoulder, buddy.
Jay
Rehabbing
is
that shoulder,
a
Jay.
player for the mighty Mean Street.
And
He
great
is
logo.
Michael Anthony.
Yep,
He does. Yeah.
Jay kicks
Yeah.
ass.
he certainly does.
Can I say that?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Jay, it's
Many
great
times.
to see,
Absolutely.
brother.
Many times as you want.
Yeah, man. Right on. Yeah, Jay is quite artsy too. He designs and shows me all kind of new Mean Street stuff every time I turn around.
Yeah, what are they up to? 12 iterations, 13 a picks? I think A's got all
You'll
of them.
see if you want to catch up with Mean
whole
Street,
bunch.
you'll find Mean Street merch link down in the description. You'll
Yeah.
find the Paltrocast down in the description. You'll find Mean Street's Facebook fan page down in the description. Any Halenville episode, just go down there and hunt for it. You'll see it. Yeah.
Click and subscribe to all of them.
And
Hey,
thank
Binny.
you for that, Tony.
Benny, when are you
Wow.
guys coming back to the Sky Lounge, bro? When are you coming back there, man?
We don't have anything booked there this year. So
I
far.
I gotta tell you, I find that makes me sad. That was an
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful show, and I mean, I've already screamed the accolades. I filmed the
Right.
whole show. I
Yeah.
show it on my YouTube channel from time to time, you know,
Nice.
for like Christmas. And I just want to say, you guys capture the vibe of Van Halen. You
Thank
guys
you.
put on one of the very, very best Van Halen shows that I've ever seen other than Van Halen themselves. I can
Thank
say
you
that
so much.
wholeheartedly. You guys blew me away. You blew Tony away. I sat there with that show watching Jay flicking picks to Tony, and Tony can catch in the dark. I don't know. It's a vampire thing. I'm not quite sure. But I kid you not, brother. Everything I said before, I still see it. I was watching one of your videos the other day on my Facebook, and the vibe that you particularly carry goes beyond David Lee Roth with the band. You put your own personal,
spin on it.
well, I don't want to call it a spin because
Yeah.
you literally grab people from the audience and incorporate them into the show. I've
Yeah.
got it on film. I've got it on film. I'm going to show it on my show here real soon.
Yeah.
And it's magic.
Yeah,
And it's
during-
Van Halen at the same time. I'm amazed you guys haven't come back to the Sky Lounge. Personally, it's one of the closest venues for me to catch you guys at a show. And if you come back there, I'll be there. Tony will be there, bro. Promise.
Okay.
Swear to
Yeah,
God.
man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
usually when we do the song "Jump," I usually pick young kids out of the audience and bring them up. Like we played last Saturday night in Walnut Cove at the Palmetto Theater, and there were 3 teenagers out in the audience, and I just took them by their hand, pulled them on stage, and started jumping with them as we were playing the song. And the looks on their faces, the looks
awesome.
on the crowd's faces, just the energy, and it was something that these kids will never forget as long as they live, and it'll make them look more at Van Halen, just to
That's
be more
right.
interested
Yeah.
in that era of rock and roll.
Right.
But yeah, Van Halen, Eddie, David Lee Roth, all of that, it did something to me as I'd say it makes chills come over my body when I hear Eruption. The fur, the hair rises on my arms. And so when we get on stage and we start playing, I'm playing with an incredible group of musicians. I feel
You are.
like I
Yeah.
am as close to playing with Van Halen as anybody could be. Because
You
the
absolutely
guys
are.
I play with are absolute masters.
Well,
They're
you guys
absolute
do,
masters.
you honor Van Halen, you do Van Halen justice.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody
And it's a
can beat
fantastic
Van
show.
Halen. There is no other David Lee Roth than DLR. He was
That's right.
unbelievable. But just to be able to get up and just, try to give it to make it somewhat believable and give it the respect that it deserves. That's what you have to
Well,
do. Give it.
you don't have to try, dude. You don't. A lot of the tribute guys, the musicians, they can nail it and they can dress up and all like that, but with the personality, there's a lot of as we all know, a lot of Van Halen tribute bands, the lead singers, they try to put on a personality that is David Lee Roth, that it comes across, but you go out there, there's no wig, there's no, it's like, hey, what the hell is up? And it's just you, but it's still as close to keeping the spirit of Van Halen, that's what I appreciate about it.
That's the word, the spirit that David Lee Roth projected, that with that charisma, that energy, what he did to people, how he moved thousands of people at one time in a Coliseum. I've seen him do it. Darren knows all of y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I say, raise his hand up like this and the crowd goes crazy. He just
Lewis, good to see you, dude.
Yes,
What's
good
up,
to
Lewis?
see you. Listen, I'm going to have to get off of here. I want to just tell everybody thank you for inviting me. Darren, so nice to meet you. I hope to meet you in person one day.
You too.
And hope you can catch one of our shows sometime. Look us up on Facebook, Mean Street, North Carolina Van Halen Tribute Band. This is Binny Live. I'm out.
See you, Benny.
You care.
Hey, come up north. Come up north.
Mr. Benny Orell from Main Street, right on.
He's such a good dude,
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
Dude.
What a
No,
good dude.
Benny nails the thing,
Oh, yeah.
and I think he's the best just because it's not, you see him, what he favors, and that's what you get, but he gets up there and it's all, he turns it the fuck
It's
on.
not forced at all, and I've never seen him, but like you guys, Charles and Tony have seen him a couple times, and it's not forced at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It is entertaining.
Lenny Lou in the house tonight.
Liddy Lou, holy crap.
Lenny.
Wow.
Love you, Lenny.
All right, I am
Long time no
scrolling
see.
down here, and don't forget, guys, we are live on the Paltrocast as well. Thanks for having us over there, Darren.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Polly Walnuts in the house.
Polly?
What's up, dude?
Polly,
Right on,
what's
Polly.
up?
Polly, well,
Right on, Polly.
Always great to see Polly.
How's the vineyard?
Yeah, but
Probably
Polly's up
frozen.
there and hopefully unthawing. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Martha's Vineyard, yep.
Nelson.
Martha.
What's up,
Martha.
dude?
Nelson.
It's good to see you, Nelson.
Good to see Nelson. There's Monique in the house. Good to see you, ma'am.
What's up, cousin?
Monique.
Right
I
on. Monique.
showered. We're not filthy. Well, Ed is, but
Right on. Good to see you, Monique.
Right on,
Hope
Monique.
things are going good. I'm still scrolling. Adam Roach is here. What's up, dude?
Adam Roach.
Right on, Adam.
Wow.
what's
Good
up,
to see
Adam?
Adam.
Right there. One of our Van Halen brothers. Right there.
Yes.
Yep,
Oh,
He
yeah.
has rich Van Halen blood. That dude does.
he does.
Adam,
Oh, yeah.
good to see you, bro. Yes, sir. Nice. All right, I'm still scrolling almost to the bottom. Jeff K, what's up, dude?
Hey,
What's up, Jeff?
Right on, Jeff.
Always great to see Jeff. All right, I am.
Tony, can I ask a rude question here and rudely interrupt?
You can,
Okay.
absolutely.
Anytime
Okay.
you want.
I want to know how many people besides myself are going to M3. Who I'm going to be hanging out with at M3.
Hopefully us.
Do you want to go down that rabbit hole right now, Darren? Because I go down that rabbit hole with you, brother. So Tony calls me. Can I tell this story, Tony? Is it all right if I tell it?
I'm in, yes.
I was minding my own business, sitting here about a week or so ago, and my phone, I look down, it's ringing, and I answer it, and it's Tony. And he says, Charles, he tells me wanting to do this show, and he's talking about a couple of things, but then he drops this little piece of information on me about David Lee Roth is headlining the second day of the M3 Festival. And he says, if you, this is what he says to me, I'm not even paraphrasing, if you wanted to kind of roll by here and pull up into my driveway with your truck and let me jump in, and you wanted to roll up north, we could catch that M3 Festival, see Dave in all his glory, and just document the whole thing, and it'll be awesome. And my response to him was, yes, done, period. Love Dave. I want to see everything Dave does. The fact that he's come out of what I thought was permanent retirement. I mean, let's remember, guys, last year this time, he couldn't walk. We were talking about his health issues. There was talk of, the C word, all that stuff. So once again, go ahead, Tony.
Is Dave going to do a VIP to your knowledge, do you think, Darren?
A PIP?
A VIP.
Oh, VIP. I'm not hearing he is, but this isn't something I've talked about. I'm seeing if I can fold a paper right here, because okay.
Careful what you
I
show.
can pull this up. I have a credit card statement in front of me that
Let me write it down. Hold on.
I'm seeing if I can fold this correctly.
I love you, Ed.
Okay, it's not going to show. Long story short,
That's all right. Go ahead.
when you buy your M3 tickets through Ticketmaster, it doesn't say M3 Festival. It says TM David Lee Roth, which I find very intriguing. It makes you wonder, is he a partner in this festival? Does he have a bonkers door deal on this whole thing? Does he have a stake in it? I don't think that this is a traditional one-off gig, because I don't know any festivals I've ever been to where it said Ticketmaster and the name of the headliner. And now all the photos all say David Lee Roth, or it's a photo of Dave. And let's face it, between us ladies right here, I think more people are coming for Rat. I'm just saying. I think more people are coming for DeMartini Piercy.
Yeah, right.
That's that day 3. I think Vixen's on there too, Tony. Vixen's on there. To see Roxy.
And Lita Ford, too.
And Lita Ford.
So,
I mean, because I looked at the site for that, and it's like $290 for the 3-day festival, early entry, artist meet and greets, and preferred seating, and a T-shirt. That's not bad. $290.
No.
3 days?
That's the
No.
cheapest thing for
Wow.
a New Yorker. To hear 3 days,
Yeah.
VIP section, shirt, meet
For
and greet.
less than $300. Yeah.
Wow. $130
Do you know
a
what me
day?
and Tony just paid to see freaking Hagar? I could cry right now. That's one of the nicest things I've heard in quite a long time. That is
And
wonderful.
I mean, and so you can buy just a single pavilion too, and it will be. It says single day tickets will be available when it gets
I'm
closer.
going to bring that up in a window here.
Yeah, they haven't
Yeah, so because
shown that yet.
I mean, I would love to go. I don't know if I can go for 3 days, so but I would go.
Right.
Like maybe Ed, come on down, and we'll go down to like the DLR day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that second day,
It's Saturday.
We'll meet
May
you
3rd.
guys.
Right.
So
This
that
is going
I
to be
could
fun.
do.
This
I'm
is
going-
going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
I'm going for Steven Adler.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What does he
yes.
have for a bit? Does he have his own band or something? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yeah, he
think so.
does.
It's,
Okay.
Is that
you can
Adler
see
or
some of
something?
his current stuff on YouTube right now.
Oh,
You
okay.
can see it.
And
Let
you're
me,
going. You're going for Wenger, so you can sing 17. Don't be silly.
Let me say, AO Vermont, welcome. It's good to see you.
Hey, Overmont.
Right over. Ah,
Thank
that's
you
awesome.
for being here. Sandra is in the house. What's up,
Hey,
Sandra?
Sandra.
What's up, Sandra?
Great
Right
Sandra Corny. Right
Right
on.
on.
Nice.
That's just wrong. A 57-year-old guy singing 17. Come on, but
50.
It was wrong when he was first came out with it.
no, I'm 50, I'm 57.
Oh,
I meant me in the crowd singing.
But you will be singing
a
it.
lot of small world connections, such as there was a
Oh,
tour that Reb Beach of Winger couldn't do, and his fill-in guitarist was Jake Fawn, who did the DLR Kiss dates. So a lot of our favorite bands, if one member didn't show up, somebody else on the M3 billing could fill that void.
Yeah.
So, do we know who Dave's band members are yet? Is he going to have okay, so because it's a one-off,
I
and
bet Darren knows.
please don't criticize
You
me
might.
for daring to dream here, but knowing Dave
Yeah.
and knowing that he's damn set on one-upping Sammy's last little thing he just did, because he's Dave and that's what they do. Van Halen
What they
drama
do.
is real. So, who is in his band? Steve Vai is what I was going to say. Could we see Steve Vai show up?
Oh my
Oh
God,
man, that would be great.
that would
I
be
mean, do you
Dude,
want
if
me
they-
to? Do you want clickbait or do you want real answers?
No, I want real answers, and then I can dream and go down those rabbit holes. But it would be too cool to have Steve come out and do a couple of songs, even one, something from Crazy from the Heat. That would be wonderful.
So the lineups, yeah, you got Dave on Saturday, and there is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but Dave is headlining Saturday, and you also have Accept, Winger, Slaughter, Stephen Adler, Child's Play, Red Voodoo, and more. Sunday, you have Stephen Piercy with Warren DeMartini, and that's a new thing. And a bunch of people are going for that. Ace Frehley there, Warrant,
Nice.
Great White, Leader Four, Vixen, Spread Eagle, and Soundcheck Rock. Yeah, so there is a bunch of info about this. I guess the attention is Darren, mainly probably around the reunion with Stephen and Warren.
Yeah, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, and let me say things have changed a lot in Dave's camp because it's not as structured as you think it is. There have been mid-tour lineup changes. If you read between the lines there, that when they started that run of Kiss dates right before COVID, the drummer for the first few shows is Michael Musselman, and maybe he had a disagreement or two with Diamond Dave, and then Francis Valentino was brought in on drums in the middle of that. The Vegas dates before that, the second guitar player was Frankie Lindia, and Frankie didn't know about all the dates. And by the way, Frankie's in Atomic Punks these days. For a little while, he was in Rat. Amazing player.
He could fill the shoes, no problem.
Yes. Well, Frankie, when he auditioned and passed the test and all that and was in Dave's band, he didn't clear his calendar for a 1.5 year world tour. He cleared it for those 6 or 8 shows in Vegas. So they went, and here's the Kiss shows. And he goes, I can't do those. So they brought in Jake Fawn for those shows. And what I've heard from reliable people is Dave did not meet Jake Fawn before the first gig, meaning on stage, Dave met Jake Fawn for the first time. Like the first note of the show is when he met Jake Fawn. So there is a big disconnect to anyone who thinks that Dave is like scheming these grandiose things. I don't think so. I believe that the band is going to be Al Estrada on guitar, Francis Valentino on drums, Ryan Wheeler on bass, a lot of the crew people who did the other shows in Vegas and Kiss. But you never know who's going to get fired, or you never know if Dave is going to change his mind and say, I want a keyboardist and not, playing the tracks. That has changed over time as well.
What musician in their right mind cannot open for David Lee Roth or cannot play with David Lee Roth, who's opening for Kiss on their final tour, shit, I would drop the world.
Yeah, well, when I talk about lineups being really, really, really a rotating door or a revolving door, and stop me if this is getting boring or inside baseball.
No.
So that Vegas run that happened and evolved into the Kiss tour, originally Brett Tuggle was the keyboardist and music director, and the drum tech, I believe, was Danny Wagner. And Danny Wagner's played with Warrant and all that. And at a certain point, Dave had a falling out with Brett Tuggle, and Danny Wagner became the keyboardist. So you go, so the drum tech became the keyboardist. Just any realm of possibility is possible, but I just don't, unfortunately, see a Vi Sheehan thing happening, even though they're on excellent terms and they would drop anything to do the gig at any time. Not for the money, but those guys still love Dave and occasionally talk to Dave. I think Vi talks to Dave more than the others do.
If that actually did occur, it would be one of the single greatest rock reunions to occur in a couple of decades.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah.
oh my God. And now, okay, so Darren, here's like the other really, really, really important question, bro. This is like it.
Okay.
Where are you going to be at this thing? And are you there for 3 days? And if me and Tony only go for Saturday, how are we going to hook up with you, bro? Because you're going to be there for the whole thing, right?
I'm deciding whether or not I go for the Sebastian Bach night. The wife and I, when we were in Chile about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was, we saw Sebastian Bach in Chile, and that was great. And I don't know if I need to see him again. He's great.
How's his voice? How's he doing?
I thought he was excellent. I thought he was hitting every note. The charisma was good. He looked good, etc. But I kind of am at that point of going, it's a full day of music on the Saturday. It's a full day of music on the Sunday. Do I need another day of live music?
That's quite a bit,
old?
bro.
Yeah.
And festivals wear on you.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm getting old. Okay. So trust me, one whole day at a festival is not a stretch for me. I can do it. 2 days, halfway through that second day, that music better be damn good, bro. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah, but I didn't fully answer your question, Charles, and that's I'm planning on going. I'm happy to meet up with everybody, talk to everybody, but I still need to see if the Dave production office has the photo of me on the wall with the do not admit thing.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I know that, and I'm not speaking for Tony, Ed, or Brendan, but I like hanging out with outlaws from time to time, and I'd love to have a picture with that outlaw right there, guys, with all 5 of us in a photograph.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Priceless. And we can make it happen. All we got to do is just do it. I'm just going to say it like that.
Yeah,
With-
I might
with
have a
security?
fake mustache just in case.
There's Taylor
Absolutely.
Greene. Hey,
Hey,
Taylor.
sweetheart. Right on. That's my daughter, you guys. I love her.
Hey, Taylor.
Funny.
She's awesome. She's a
With
rocker.
security kicking us out.
Yeah, I'm checking Ticketmaster. They don't have single days yet. It's still only the 3-day package.
Right.
So, when it gets closer, I'll keep looking, and I'll probably
Yeah.
go to the Saturday. Ed and I'll talk. We'll have to coordinate.
Yeah. Well,
You can
yeah,
stay here, Ed. I got room for you.
Awesome.
Brendan, are sales looking a little slow still on that grid?
Yeah, to start, they started out a little bit slow,
Yeah.
but I think it'll pick up. I really do. Once the weather, at least in the East Coast and up a little bit, starts getting a little warmer, people are going to be like, all right, I want to go see some shows.
Exactly.
I thought it would actually be a lot faster because it's cold and everybody's like, oh, it's May. Let's get going. Let's get going on some live music. Because but yeah, it started out a little bit sketchy. I do think it'll pick up though.
Well, and I've noticed, like here in Charlotte, there's a big trend. We have so much music coming through here. If I blink, I miss bands that I want to see up here at all of our small clubs. We've got really great rock venues, and everybody who has 2 legs at work is rocking and touring right now. And so, I know the economy's taking a nice upswing too, not to get political in any way, but things are going to get better over the next few months. People are going to have a little more available cash.
Yeah.
And that thing is it's David Lee Roth.
We lost.
I'm sorry. If
we
you're
lost
any kind
a
of a
lot
Roth fan, you want to go to that.
We lost a big big venue for me. There's the Chance in Poughkeepsie. I don't know if,
Oh,
Darren,
yeah.
if you've ever heard of it. Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
one of my best friends is in Poughkeepsie. I should set you guys up to hang and
well, that's
make
where
fun of
I
stuff
am.
together.
But we,
Yeah.
I mean, that closed last October for renovations. Don't know if it's going to open back up in the same kind of type venue type. I don't think so, because the guy that bought it is trying to make like all City of Poughkeepsie like speakeasy type stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that I've seen so many shows there. So many people have played there. We only really have one other big venue, and then Daryl's house is pretty close to me. It's in Pauling, so that's like about a 40-minute drive, and a friend of mine
Nice.
works there. They just had Marty Friedman, so that was awesome.
Oh,
But yeah, so we have this other place, and actually two other places. There's this place called the Bardavon Theater. I saw Billy Gibbons a couple weeks ago there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Great picture,
Amazing show.
Brendan. Great picture.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was a great show. And then there's another venue. It's Mid Hudson Civic Center. It's something else now, but I've seen a lot of shows there. But yeah, I really it kills me that the Chance isn't there, because I just so many memories and so many brilliant acts, and acts that everybody knows. Everybody knows has been through
Right.
there.
Right on.
wow.
Let me ask Darren something.
Sure.
With the receipt that had Roth's name on it, do you think, as Charles mentioned earlier, that
Pause.
I'm trying to think if I want you to see all my receipts for Uber Eats.
well,
and
no,
I'm
the,
going to be right back.
do you think that Dave headlining the M3 and that and the box set, do you think it's all tied in?
I don't. I do not think so. I think that there's a lot of coincidences that happen that you never know what Dave is going to say yes to or say no to. So, for example, he says yes to M3. The box set, I don't think he'd need to give permission on, believe it or not. But then he says no to being on John Mulaney's Netflix special. And you go,
Oh.
so you have one of the biggest comedians in the States of the last 10 years going, I'd like you to be the Paul Schaefer equivalent on my Netflix series. And you will not do that. And then you look at different artists who've reached out and asked them to do things. And you look at the demand of the Eat 'em and Smile band reunion thing that got shut down by the fire department. Of course, that led to offers. And there's nothing there. And then you look at the not finishing the John 5 sessions into a cohesive release. And then you look at the re-records that he's done of Van Halen songs, and he's put them up and then taken them down and never put that into a compilation. There's really so Ink the Original and the Roth Project digital comic. And you see all this stuff and you go, is there any kind of plan, or is it just what Dave feels like doing right now? And my interpretation is it's all what Dave feels like doing right now, and he tells his staff to finish it and put it out, and then he doesn't think about it a second time.
So he really hasn't changed at all,
No.
because that's kind of been his MO his whole life, right?
Pretty much the same thing. Yeah, right.
Or at least he tried, right?
Kind of an ADHD.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Well,
Man, that is
after-
ADHD.
I will say that song "Where Is David Lee Roth" is ringing so true right now.
It is.
After
It is.
last summer's debacle with the damn Sammy Hagar, the Best of All Worlds tour. Not good.
No.
So this will be redemption.
Well, to go back a little bit, the M3 happened. It kind of came out of nowhere. But one of my sources had tipped me off around Christmas that Team Dave had reached out 3 or 4 times going, you guys available? And it seemed like they'd reach out every 3 to 6 months and go, you guys available to do shows? And different people in the camp would go, yes, or we're available, but not these dates. And then they would go, okay. And then they'd hear nothing from Team Dave. So it's this bizarre thing where people were ready to work and they weren't hearing anything. And one of my listeners to the DLR cast, he heard about a thing from a Nashville symphony or a Nashville orchestra that was interested in doing a thing with Dave. And then another listener who's a gentleman in Norway, he's a great hard rock drummer. He heard some rumblings of Eat 'em and Smile reunion interest kind of stuff from festivals. So people have been reaching out. And then Team Dave, like with my book, and stop me if this is too much, I reached out to them a bunch of times going, would you speak with me? I'll give you creative control. And it's not like they said no. They just said nothing. Like not even a response.
Wow.
And so people reach out and they go, oh, I haven't heard back in 4 months. I guess that's a no.
What's up, Tommy?
Hey, Tommy.
Love you, Tommy. Right on, brother.
So, Dave, if you are in fact watching, we will supply a link in the chat over there. If you want to join us, we'd love to have you.
Come on in.
We ought to reach out. You know, I mean, he is, as you said, Charlie. He hadn't changed. I just wish, as far as ongoing, if he's not gonna put new music out, that it be more consistent on the Roth show, because I like those. You know,
I
do too.
I like how they used to be.
Now he's biking in Taiwan and
Thailand, yeah.
Thailand. I'm sorry, Thailand.
Yeah, he was
That was
there
kind of
for,
fun.
He was there for a while. Somebody had tipped me off that that's where he was, and they tipped me off which social media account that Dave was using to check comments on YouTube and Instagram stuff. So, you know, people know what's going on with Dave. People are generally just very tight-lipped about the whole thing because I don't know if they're afraid of NDAs and repercussions related to that.
Right.
But people do see him in Pasadena. He's not totally a ghost. It's just they have to trust you, I guess, before they let you in the circle.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
Wow.
it'll be nice to see Dave in May. Yeah, absolutely will. Absolutely. And it'll be nice to get my hands on this CD pack because I am so curious. Has anyone in chat gotten theirs yet? Chime in. Very curious to hear what the difference is or improvements are.
Right.
And
If there's
we'll
anything
see.
else besides what Darren got, he's not going to be happy. No, I was actually looking at bourbonandvinyl.net. The guy said the same thing. Basically, there's no outtakes, no B-sides. I'm a little bit disappointed that there was no bonus material at all. So, but he said, you know, because it's Dave, I still bought it. So, you know.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear the Bob Rock, the A Little Ain't Enough. You know, that's the one out of all of them, the one that I'm think might hold. Something might sound too bright or something not the same. I'm thinking that's where it's going to be with Mr. Jason on guitar there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to another thing which I didn't answer, Tony, is how many interviews has Dave done about the box set or M3 so far?
I was going to say, has he done any press? Is there any press other than us here tonight?
There's the M3 Instagram post where he just basically shouts M3 and then a bunch of boom in your room, bass in your face, Davidums. But
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably just Tom engineering that kind of stuff. But he's not doing any press to promote this stuff. So you have this ordeal as a Dave fan where you go, this is probably the greatest frontman of all time from one of the greatest bands of all time. And they're killing the legacy through a lack of licensing, a lack of press, and a lack of legacy management. So the average person that we talk to that's not listening to this, that doesn't read Van Halen News Desk is going like, David Lee Roth, whatever happened to that guy? And we're going like, he's the best. Why isn't he putting it out there? And we're kind of in this long-term predicament.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is. It is strange that you haven't heard anymore, and I've been waiting. David Lee Roth's coming out of retirement, and where's the press? I've been waiting to hear since leading up to the show, but haven't heard anything.
Dude never retired. He never retired. That was never the plan to retire, and I have proof. But I found this interview from '97, which I could send to you, for a zine he did, this Slaughterhouse zine, where he said something like, "I threaten to retire 4 times a day and unretire 5 times a day." It's just everyone hung onto the stupid "I'm throwing in the shoes" quote. And he was probably just sad that Eddie died and the next tour wasn't going to happen. And he's a sensitive guy. And that's just what happened. So we all thought he was going to retire. And then since then, he's done those corporate gigs. And the guy who's the crypto czar for the government, his 50th birthday, he played in Cabo. Like, right. Dave's not retired.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, it's. I hope he's in good health, though. You know, he is totally out of the public eye and does remain silent, which is very reminiscent of Van Halen's MO for the past 25, 30 years. You don't hear shit out of them, you know.
That's right.
I think he's doing like fun. Are any of you big wrestling fans?
Yeah.
Okay. Hulk Hogan, we know Hulk Hogan is a shambling pile of bones. But when he gets the vibe that there's a WrestleMania payday, that time of year he goes, "I'm good for one more match, brother."
Oh, yeah.
And Dave has been banged up for decades. You know, the first chapter of his autobiography was basically about how banged up he was and how he was always in pain. And but when he comes on the stage, he's got the fake permagrin. And I think it's the kind of thing where he can smile through all the agonizing pain that he's in. There were some years in the late 90s when supposedly he had a walker or some kind of thing as a result of surgery, but he's not telling us that. So I think he's fine. Like his diet is great. Physically, he's in great shape. And illnesses come and go and surgeries come and go, but he won't make one allusion to being sick when he's at M3.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, no. There's no he won't.
Right.
You're right on that. He's totally, for the show. Everything's for the show, about the show. He may collapse, not in a bad way, just collapse from exhaustion after the show, but you'll never know it. You'll never know he's tired.
Right.
Well, exactly. He can get up there.
Well, what's his age now?
70.
That's right. He's 70 now. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect any surprise guests. I could be wrong about that. There could be a last minute thing. I wouldn't expect any hidden gems from the set list. I think it's going to be similar to the Vegas residency shows that were planned that didn't happen, whereas pretty much all early Van Halen and 2 or 3 solo hits. That's what I would expect that we're going to get. That we might get Big Train, which he was doing a lot, and that's the deep cut that we get. But you know what? It's better than no Dave.
Well,
exactly.
You know, it's interesting you say that. I was watching Don Dokken dropped his brand new video. Okay, he's got a new band together. He's going to tour. He doesn't sound like Don Dokken anymore. And the reason is because he doesn't have a voice, and everything that we're hearing is not real. I'm just cutting to the chase, okay? I love Don Dokken. I'm not trying to diss him, but you guys will all get the reality of what I'm saying right now. You're all going to experience it. I hope, my number one hope here is that Dave doesn't come out there trying to portray a voice that is AI, that is not real, that is not Dave, because that would be the most disingenuine thing he could ever do. And I'm sure that there's a lot of temptation nowadays to do it. A lot of bands.
I think Dave's going to keep it real.
I hope he does.
I hope
he does.
I don't think he would do that. It's not in his DNA to fake it, Charles, or even get help.
Yeah.
He might get maybe an enhancement. I don't. Darren's smiling over there.
But
if you watch back on the Vegas 2020 and the Kiss dates that he did, listen to the backing vocals on a lot of the tracks and listen to the lead vocals on Jump and Just a Gigolo. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to ruin anyone's day there, but he is largely singing live for better and for worse, but there are enhancements.
There you go. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. I know.
I didn't
You
do it.
put you put Jape on Stuffed Charles nowadays, but you can put a little too much on it. You can throw the wicked curveball, but you can't use the grease, or the ump will throw you out of the game.
There you go. There you go. Rules of life, right there.
Yeah.
so Darren, I my first concert ever was 1984.
Nice.
Van Halen, Providence Civic Center in March 18th. Anyway, when I went to go see Dave and Sammy, or the Sam and Dave show in 2002, I was in Mansfield, Massachusetts, and nice outdoor venue. We had a great time. Anyway, Dave, they did the coin flip thing, and
Right.
Dave was closing that night. Anyway, I think we were 3 or 4 songs in, and not to disgrace Brian Young, he was awesome.
Yeah.
But after Sammy's set, and then to see Dave do his thing, it wasn't good.
There were good nights.
We walked out. We walked out about 4 or 5 songs in.
There's a show from that tour that's quietly on Dave's YouTube channel, live from Hartford on the Sam and Dave tour, that's professionally filmed, that was supposed to be DVD. And it captured him in a great phase, a great era. He's singing great. The banter is super cringeworthy. Pulling up the imaginary woman that he's going to take home in the crowd that's not there, that kind of stuff. But I love that era of Dave. Sorry, what was that, Tony?
Now, Boner Jam's in the chat.
Oh no, I put his first concert was New Kids on the Block. I don't believe him.
What's wrong with that? I
Nothing.
mean, they're still singing, they're still dancing. New
Backstreet
Kids
Boys
live
too.
numbers are amazing. Like, I never would have seen that comeback happening.
I would go see them and Backstreet Boys. On that note, I'm gonna have to get going too, boys and girls. I've got to work tomorrow.
Okay.
All right,
get up
Brendan.
early. But
Love you, Brendan. You rock, brother.
I love you guys. I'm happy to see all of you. Darren, great to see you again. Charles,
Likewise,
always great
Brendan.
to see you. Tea Cake, Ed, love you guys as well.
Love you, brother.
We'll talk, Ed, about May. Maybe we'll road trip. We'll share a hotel, maybe.
My birthday month.
Nothing left to do but do it, gentlemen.
One king
right.
bed. That's it. One king bed. And I'm just kidding.
Oh, what? Hey, how about that beers?
Hey, those aren't pillows.
Not pillows.
Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all soon. It's been great. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Likewise.
Peace.
All right, brother.
See you, B. See you
Butt
Saturday.
cheeks out. Yes.
See you, Brendan.
Bye.
Later. All right. Brendan. So I want to ask you, Darren, let's go back to when Sammy started talking about a couple years ago about doing the Best of All Worlds tour. And he said, oh, yeah, I want to invite everybody. I want to invite whoever wants to come, open arms, and Dave chimed in. What do you think the motivation, and why do you think you never heard anything after?
I think that Sammy and I respect Sammy and I like Sammy, but Sammy, if I can pigeonhole people, I love Los Angeles. But Los Angeles is a big, and I know Sammy's not from LA, but Los Angeles is a big, let's do lunch. And you as a New Yorker go, oh, okay, so I'm going to do lunch with this person. And you don't realize that let's do lunch means I never want to see you again unless you've got things going for you. It's kind of a kiss off. And I've done a lot of business meetings in Japan where the person goes, maybe, and you don't realize until afterwards that maybe means no. They just don't want to say no to you. I think that Sammy's big on the, yeah, bro, I'll talk to you later, bro, that kind of a thing. And it's not real. And
that's a shame.
That's what I think was going on. Oh, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. Because Sammy goes, oh, Alex, he'll never talk to me. Dave's never going to reach out. And Dave in his head knew, oh, I could troll him. That's what I think happened.
Aha. It's like in the South, Tony. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Yes.
Like in the South. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's what I think happened. And to actually get Dave on the road, he's not going to do anything cheap or half-hearted. So for him to go on the road, he'd have to be on a bus. He'd have to have a tour manager. He'd have to have a sound guy. All the logistics, he would bring his own stuff, and Team Sammy would go, no, absolutely not. No, you can't have your own backstage. You can't do this. So it never was going to happen.
Yeah.
No. Sammy's team would never give up all that stuff for Dave. No.
Do you think
he would? His rider would be unbelievable, I'm sure.
Do you think Dave's going to do anything else beside this after in the future?
He's reached out to his team about, would you want to do more stuff? And they always go, yeah, of course. Because the second that you show disloyalty, you were fired without knowing you were ever fired in Dave world. So everyone's like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll do more gigs. And then in the meantime, they're all going, okay, what gig is next? And if at worst, I back out of that gig to do more Dave stuff. But I don't think anyone's holding their breath. But putting, my expertise cap on, there is zero chance that this M3 gig is profitable for Dave, because the amount that he makes the band rehearse, the amount of stuff that he rents, the amount of outfits that he's going to have to get refitted or designed for this one gig, he loses money if he does one gig. But if he does 8 gigs, he then profits, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe there's something to do with that. He's got sort of a insider thing on this. Maybe that's why on that receipt you were showing us, his name's there. He must be getting something for his name to be there. He is. Of course he is. He's Diamond Dave. His name is there. Bigger than everybody else's. He's getting paid for that. They're paying to use his name.
I see a comment from Bent Tom. He says, does Dave have all these guys on retainer, or does he expect them to just hang around for him? There's been periods of retainer, but not retainer that I'm aware of within the last year or two. Dave has come into some cash. It's not been announced publicly how he came into some cash. It's legal. It's fine. I don't want to get sued by revealing how he came into some cash, but no, they're not on retainer. They just kind of have to wait around and go, oh, okay, there's a gig. I'm going to drop everything to do this gig.
Do you think the reason that, you were talking about it earlier, how the one gentleman, I forget his name, doggone it, guitar player, talking about a 1.5-year tour. It was a world tour, I believe.
Frankie Lindia?
Yes, thank you, Frankie. And you would think that any musician would jump on that, because that is a 1.5 years, a solid. But do you think, and this is my question to you, Darren, do you think that the reason that he had conflicting dates is more because Dave doesn't have the greatest track record of keeping guys on for a 1.5 years. If you lasted 1.5 years solid on any tour with David Lee Roth, he gets rid of as many guys as he keeps. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so I kind of, when you said that, I'm just asking a question, a crazy Dave question here. Do you think it was maybe he was just in the back of his mind saying, there's no way I'm going to last 1.5 years with him. I do have some other things that are going to pay. Life is real. And that might have been part of his motivation.
I don't think so. I thought that him in particular, he is one of those plate spinning guys that has a lot of hustles. and things going on, because Frankie's a good YouTuber. He's these days got the Atomic Punks. There was a little while he was playing in Rat during COVID.
Yeah.
He has another band with Jordan Ziff, who was Marty Friedman's guitar player for a while. He just is one of those people that knows, I'm going to do that. And if things are slow, I'll give guitar lessons and I'll do this with grant work and all that. He's just a smart guy. And
so he's not going to burn bridges just to have an accolade of saying I toured with Dave for a year and a half. He would literally have to let other people down. I get it.
I'll put it to you this way. You know, Dave's current bass player, Ryan Wheeler, if he was going to do parentheses, you know how your favorite musicians do, like their name, parentheses, their credits, and you front load it with the most important stuff to impress people?
Sure.
I don't think that Ryan Wheeler would put Dave as like one of the first 7 names. Ryan Wheeler, the last year and a half, 2 years, you know, he worked on the Jennifer Lopez tour that got canceled, but Shabuzi, who's a huge artist, who worked a couple of years ago with Poppy, who she keeps doing bigger and bigger tours. I think he was writing with people from that what's that Italian top 40 group that has big hits here?
Could not tell you.
I can't remember their name, but he's this legit writer who's like writing for people and producing and playing bass. He was working with Willow Smith. I think he was on a couple songs on her album. You know, that's a bigger name than Dave. And you go like, well, how do you figure that? Look at how many people she played to at Coachella. Wasn't she a headliner or a co-headliner 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So,
she's current. She's current. That's the thing. Dave,
right.
She's current.
You know, he's a resurgence, but she's current.
Dave's nostalgia.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I look at all of that and I go, the Dave gig to us is like a dream gig, but the reality is it doesn't move a lot of tickets. The pay is not as great as a lot of other gigs, and you've got kind of a tyrant control freak as a boss who could fire you at any time. And a lot of other bands kind of treat it all like family. That I'm not saying that Jason Aldean is the world's greatest human being, but that's like a family on the road. A lot of these country tours are like family. Metal tours are like family. And Dave doesn't travel with the band necessarily, and he's not in the dressing room with them. It's kind of like, this is your boss. You have to decide if you want to be on a this is your boss kind of tour.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, it is.
Sorry for that rant.
I love it.
Kind of reminds me of Ozzy also. He's had a lot of musicians coming.
Holy crap, yeah.
Yeah, and some of them also played with Dave, like Joe Holmes. He did both the Dave and Ozzy gigs. Carmine Appice almost did both gigs.
Yeah.
Wow. Cross-pollination.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Wow. I know. I tell you what, let's do, guys. Let's shift gears, and while the night is still young, let's play some nearly impossible Van Halen trivia.
Excellent.
How about it? All right, you want to play? This is how we play. I'm gonna serve up a David Lee Roth Backstage pass back from 1986, one of these stick-on style kinds like that. And that's your prize. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to flash it up on the screen for you. And you over in the chat, you're going to type your answer in. Ed's going to be the judge, and he's going to find the correct answer among the answers. So
whoever's
you should
first.
type fast, and I hope you know the answer, but we try to write these hard around here. Is why, hence, it's called Nearly Impossible Van Halen trivia, like that.
Exactly.
So, good luck. There is a trivia winner's email down. You'll find it in the description if you are that lucky winner, and we'll sweeten up the deal. We'll give you some Halenville picks, some Ed picks, some Charles Greene picks. We'll serve up some Brendan B. Squared picks. Yep, like that.
Right on.
Look at the stripes.
Right
Yeah.
on.
We'll Van Halenize it for you. All roads. Yeah, I still got a couple, Charles.
Nice.
I only have one,
All right.
Charles.
You guys need
Then
some
Tom
picks?
has all the
I'll
answers
get
already.
some in the mail to you.
Send me
Absolutely.
somebody.
You got it.
Okay, good luck,
Done.
everyone. This is Nearly Impossible Van Halen Trivia. This is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025, Halenville Live. Good luck. The first correct answer that we see is the winner. Esto, por favor, ¿cuántos guitarristas has tenido David Lee Roth desde
Deste.
Yeah.
1985? First correct.
Oh boy. Good luck.
Yes.
Keep going.
I'm overwhelmed.
And the
Nice.
answers are
Keep going.
coming in already. Wrong language.
Nice answer. That. All right, Ben, Tom, come on. All right, keep going.
See, without giving away an answer right here, it's a question
Oh.
people are going to know,
Get
like
close.
Rocket Rashad or Desi Rex or some of those guys.
Getting close. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Kids, bring it. Bring it.
Are they going to count Mike Hartman?
Lewis.
There, Lewis. All right.
Lewis got it.
Right on, Lewis.
is the winner.
Lewis is the winner.
Woo!
We did it.
That was fast. And you
Lewis.
didn't have to put up the English version.
Email me your stats. I know you've won here in the past, my friend. Congratulations to you. We'll hook you up with the latest in what's here with the fellas and their guitar picks. I've seen it. David Lee Roth passed too, but resend me your stuff so I know that it's at the top and I have it. So yeah, how many guitar players has David Lee Roth had since 1985? 15. And
I
that's
can't
not
believe that.
counting what's about to happen in May either.
That's right.
Does that include Andrew Martin?
That's a
I don't
lot
know.
of guitar players, dude.
Does that include Chris Griotti?
That includes John 5.
If you ask Darren, he'd probably say 20.
Let me see here.
Yeah, I've heard of some people that have been in
Frankie
and out that the
Lindia.
public don't know.
Jake Fawn, Alistrada, Koshi Haida, Brian Young, Bart Walsh, Mike Hartman,
Mm-hmm.
Rocket Ricochet, Terry Kilgore, Joe Holmes, Desi Rex, Steve Hunter, Jason Becker, and Steve Vai.
Missing a few, but hey, 15 plus.
Wow.
That's 15.
Hey, Tony. I think we discussed this a little while ago. I have one of these, the last Halenville Live. pick.
You don't have it anymore, dude?
No, I got one for me. I'm keeping one for me, obviously.
Okay.
But I want to give this one away for a bonus question.
Okay. What's the question?
Do you have the graphic from the Show Me Your Pick from last Saturday?
What do you mean the graphic?
Card.
The card, the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask somebody if they knew what the
Hang on, let me
bring the
find-
graphic up if you can.
Yeah, let me see where it is.
If they know what the 5 fonts.
Okay. All right, I know what you're talking about. All right, so, all right, I'm gonna show you an image,
Yep.
and it is last week's card. There are fonts of what the information says, different fonts. How many fonts are there, Ed?
There's 5 band fonts,
5 band. Name the
and
5 band fonts.
they are either the logos of the band or one of their albums.
There they are, right there
Name those 5, and I'll give you this pick.
on the yellow guitar pick.
Yep.
So the word guitar, the word pick, collecting 101, the ultimate, and
How to.
how to.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Names of the
All
fonts
right.
of the bands that did those fonts.
The actual. Yep.
The band, Ed, or the font?
The bands.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Doable.
All 5.
bands
All 5 bands.
in one answer.
All 5 bands in one answer. Yep.
God, I
And
wish
they-
I was
they-
playing trivia.
They're either album fonts or band logo fonts.
I can see 3 right off the bat. Three jump out immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't. I won't say any more, but that's
I see 1, 2,
And I'll be the judge.
3, 4. I think that's 4. 5. I know 4. 4, 5.
And like I said, albums or band logos.
Answers are coming in there.
I'm watching. Yep. Haven't seen them all yet.
Ben Tom. That's funny.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not 5 either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm impressed you got the
Come
Flock
on.
of Seagulls logo.
Come on, all day, all night.
That's
Let's go.
awesome.
Okay, so who's gonna supply the 5 bands here?
Nope.
That's the
Lewis
fourth
took a
photo.
shot.
Alan.
It was a
nope.
good shot. Good shot.
Nope. You're getting close. Come on, all Dave.
Isn't that it?
Which one?
Dave.
Yeah. No. Nope. That's not it.
That's not it.
Nope.
That's not it.
All right, I'm gonna put the answers in the private chat.
How about that?
Which one? Which one?
The one
You
on the
wanna be in the
screen.
Steve Resler. Steve.
Nope. Everybody's getting one wrong.
The one that people are getting wrong, it is related to a producer. Can we give a hint on that?
Yeah.
It's an album. Yeah. You know.
It's related to a producer we talked about earlier. He
Yep.
worked on.
Yeah.
4 of them are band logos, and one of them is a an album font.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The top one's a tough one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I know what it is. Sadly, I know what that is.
What's the band? Come on.
You want me to see?
No, I'm not asking you.
No.
Ed, I don't think anybody's gonna get it.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're gonna kick themselves.
There's 4 of them
They're
that
gonna kick
everybody's
themselves.
getting, but the top one they're not.
All right, everybody, give one more stab before we move on. There's 5 fonts there. You guys are nailing a bunch of them.
Oh, KXM. It's the big yellow guitar pick in the middle, and it's the 5 fonts on the one that has Fruitcake Tony's face on it. That's
on
exactly the one they're
yellow
talking about.
Pick right there, the 5 fonts, different fonts there on the yellow one.
All right, we might have to go with the 4.
All right, here we go.
Yes,
All Dave, all night.
he got it. He got it.
All
Really?
Dave,
Yeah, baby. Right
was
on,
wrong.
all
Dave.
I
night.
thought
Right
the
on,
top
Dave.
one. I thought
Thank
the top
you.
one was Loverboy.
The top one. The top one is from right here, right now. It's the
So Van
font.
Halen.
It's the font from right here, right now. It's called Secret Typewriter.
Van Halen.
That's the only one
Yes.
that's an album font. The other ones
All
are
about
all
it.
logo. All right, so we got Van Halen top, Kiss, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Metallica.
Awesome.
And All Dave All Night got it. So he's going to be getting my last
Right on, man. That is so cool. Right on.
commemorative Van Halen, Halenville Live pick.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right.
Very cool, Ed.
So
Right
all
on, buddy.
Dave, all night. There's a trivia winners email. Hit that, and I'll pass that info on to Ed, and he'll surely mail that out to you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing, everybody. We don't get to do Nearly Impossible Van Halen trivia because we don't do Halenville every week, just when there's a special occasion, and we like to round the crew back up. Yeah, I am definitely. We have kind of organically made plans to go to the M3 festival here on the air tonight. So
It's cast in stone, just to let everybody know. Cast in stone, Tony.
It'll be pretty cool to meet. I've met and been to concerts a few times with Charles Greene down there because he's in North Carolina with me. But it will be such a treat to meet you, Darren. We've hung out a couple of times. I enjoy your stuff on the Paltrocast, but to meet Brendan and Ed, who I share this with every week and have for years, to get to hang out with the crew in person for a weekend like that.
Oh my
is gonna
God,
be
that would be
I'm
awesome.
already planning on bringing Darren's book, Tony. You bring yours so we can have him sign it personally to us. We'll maybe take a photo up and
me
everything
too.
and use it against him in the future. That's,
For the record, we've never talked about this. I'm a North Carolina licensed private investigator, so we'll need to talk about.
Oh, brother. You don't need to go there.
Oh,
we may need you.
Oh,
I just
no,
want to say
Charles.
everybody
Oh,
needs
no.
friends in low and high places. Darren, we're buddies, bro. It's all good.
Likewise.
Yeah. So Darren, before we wind things down, what is new on the Paltrocast over there?
Yeah.
I try and tape interviews just about every day, 5-6 days a week. Today I spoke with Kenny Wayne Shepherd. That one has to wait, I think, another week or two to come out. Tracy Guns from LA Guns. That one has to wait a day or two. Josh Brenner, who's on Silicon Valley. Tomorrow, 5 people from this MGM Plus shows. I'm kind of running out of people to interview, but I'm always open to ideas. And find me on the YouTube. Find me on Paltrocast.com. Tell me who I should be speaking with, and I'll try to accommodate.
Yeah, and we are
Wow.
live on the Paltrocast here tonight too. Thanks for having us over there. If you're listening over there, this is Halenville on YouTube. Thanks for joining in here tonight as we talk and celebrate this box set, David Lee Roth and him coming out of retirement. I think we've rounded up all the right people to have this fine conversation this evening. I'm, as most of us claim to be, I'm the biggest David Lee Roth fan on the planet.
It's true.
And it will be great to see Dave up on a stage you know. So I'm greatly looking forward to that aspect. And we'll worry about the show and all the rest of the stuff. But hell, we're going to see David Lee Roth, Charles.
I got to tell you, just seeing Dave. Now we just got to see Michael Anthony and we got to see Sammy and a bunch of their friends, and it was it was a bittersweet show for us. We've talked it in depth, but I want to say it just publicly. Seeing David Lee Roth is absolutely number one on my bucket list. Okay, I can't believe I have the opportunity to see him again. I can't. I wrote him off. I don't even care if he can sing. I don't care. I want to see him strut on that stage with that stupid sheet-eating grin that he is famous for. Priceless. Do it with Tony and my buddies? Shit. Ed, you and Brendan got to be there. Darren
I would love to
It's
be
gonna
there, brother.
Too cool. This is what YouTube is all about, you guys.
Finally.
You will find a link for the Paltrocast down below at show's end right there. And Darren has interviews come up. Seems like on my feed, Darren, 2, 3, 4 times a week. And heavy hitters you're interviewing too.
Thank you. Well, the only thing I ask is at M3, if you guys get the vibe that Dave is having me thrown out, that all of you form a circle around me, because they can't throw out 10 people. But
right.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us to act like we never knew you. Oh, that's cool, bro.
I didn't say anything that wasn't true about Dave, just for the record.
Hey, I've worked security before, so
we got you, Darren.
I'll be right behind you. Like,
nice.
I'll take it. But
nice.
Yeah, Monique had a good idea. She said Lita Ford. Lita, I know, is playing at M3. I'll put in a request to try and speak with her. I don't know if I'm going to be covering it there. I've put in the media request kind of stuff, but sometimes festivals can make it really difficult for people who want to cover it on site, almost like you're the enemy because you want to give them coverage. So we'll see.
Darren, you are doing it, bro. Those interviews are gold, and you wake these guys up too. I like the way you ask these questions. So
awesome.
It seems like short to the point, and they're giving these answers honestly and right off the bat with no hesitation. So watching the Paltrocast come up on my feed early in the morning. I see it early.
Thank you.
So everyone go check him out on YouTube. Please check Charles Greene out on Friday, 10 p.m. on YouTube. Him and Mitch right there. He's been doing that a little while. So great to see Charles entertaining us on Friday evenings here after a long work week here on YouTube. That's 10 p.m. Eastern here, YouTube.
Right
You'll find the link for Charles down below for that. And we'll see you over there, and I'll put it out there. If you don't see me in the chat in the first 45 minutes, somebody call and wake his ass up.
That's how.
So
I'm sorry, Charles. Every once in a while, I can't make it, and I'll watch it on Saturday morning.
That is the beauty of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Charles is great.
While I'm eating breakfast and drinking a coffee.
There you go. All right, guys.
Everybody, we are gonna wind things down here at this point. Benny Orell from Mean Street. God bless you, my friend. Thanks for being here. So great to see him. Mean Street out on the road. Mitch is drumming for, what was the name of that band again, Charles? And they are touring.
The name's eluding me right now, Tony.
All over.
Me too.
The name was something with an injury, and it wasn't Spinal Tap. That I remember. When he said what he had, I went, I feel for that guy.
Smash Mouth is what comes to mind.
Yeah.
French
no,
Mouth.
It's not Smash Mouth.
It's not Smash Mouth, though.
No, it
was like in Retraction or something like that.
I know. We'll catch.
I forget.
back out on the road here real soon. And if you want to catch up on Mean Street, if you're in the Van Halen tribute bands, Mean Street is as fine of a Van Halen tribute musically, and Binny has the perfect chemistry for a Van Halen tribute front band. The perfect. He doesn't try to be Dave. He just goes out there. That's it. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch them on YouTube. Their links are down below.
Immobilized. Tom
Yeah.
got it. That was the name.
Thanks,
That's it.
Jay
Thank you, Tommy.
Turner,
Yes.
Trey, and Mitch also. So go out and catch Mean Street if you can here. If you're in the Carolinas and in Virginia, they are surely, and hopefully we'll catch up with them guys here on an episode of Halenville soon. I want to thank Mr. Darren Paltrowitz for joining us. Thank you so much, Darren.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you
We're
again.
in
Thank you.
great company
Thank you,
for
Darren.
talking David Lee Roth. We couldn't have done this show without you, my friend.
That's a
Thank
fact.
you for being here. All right. All right. Charles Greene, always great to see you. Ed, my brother, we'll all convene here soon. Everybody,
Love
thanks
you,
for
Charles.
watching. Leave a
Love you
thumbs
too.
up
Love
on
you
the
guys.
video when you leave there. And your business card too. Thank you so much. Subscribe here if you are not already. We are on the air every week here. We do a live stream on Saturdays. Show me your pick. We talk guitar picks and rock memorabilia, show off a bunch of that stuff, shoot the shit, talk rock music this week here on Show Me Your Pick. Rick James. Yeah.
Bitch. Sorry. I had to. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's episode 240 coming at you this Saturday. If you want to come back and hang with us, Saturday, 9 p.m. if you're not out and about on the town. All righty. Everyone, thanks so much. Peace. Thank you for being a Van Halen fan. Yes.
Absolutely.
We're out of here.
Right on.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank
Love
you,
you guys.
Darren. Thanks, guys.
Charles, love you, buddy.
You know what, guys? Just as a little ending thought here, this is Halenville. And around here, it doesn't matter if you go north, south, east, or west. Every single road is going to lead you to some Van Halen, guys. Be well, love each other, do something nice for one another for no reason whatsoever. They'll feel better, and so will you. Love you guys. Love some Van Halen. Rock on. Love you. Good night.
Amen, brother.